It's been a year and 5 months since Mohbad's passing, yet he still hasn't not been laid to rest. Now, questions continue to surround the circumstances of his death, leaving many searching for answers. Meanwhile, the court has cleared Naira Marley, Sam Larry, and Prime Boy. Before that, Naira Marley had just released a new single, which you guys are seeing on your screens right now. To delve deeper into the ruling made by the magistrate court sitting in Sabo, Yaba, Lagos State, is my guest today, Tope Salami, a renowned entertainment lawyer. Thank you so much for joining us here on Arise 360.
It's my pleasure.
So it's been a year and some change, and still no justice for Mohbad, as it seems. What does the court ruling mean for the investigation into the death?
Yeah, the ruling of the court with regards to the investigation is to let the public know that, certain people did not or are not or were not and are still not liable for, the death of Mohbad. Yeah, there are possibilities that would affect, the general public opinion, specifically with regards to the ongoing investigations. But then, we all need to know that the courts, or our courts, are designed to be very neutral. And the court is not a Father Christmas. The court can only give ruling or judgment, based on, series of evidence, provided. With regards to the investigation, my own opinion, that should not have, happened. And same should have happened maybe after concluding, discrete investigation, by the lawful authorities. Thank you.
Okay, so given that the court has acknowledged an unlawful assault, why was it not considered criminally liable in this particular case?
Okay, well, like it was said earlier, the courts, people should know, the public should know that because of the status of courts generally, the courts are meant to be neutral. The courts are like, umpires. The court is definitely not a Father Christmas, like I said earlier. And if something has been, established, and the court, in its own wisdom, probably ignored or did not say something on it, it is the responsibility of either parties, that is the states or maybe the defendants, to do what? To bring it up and make sure that, the court decides this. But then there are rights to appeal. If either of the parties feel they want to appeal, why not? It's within their right, anyways. I
guess it's just a little bit confusing for individuals because it seemed, there's a deficit of trust in the legal system, especially when it comes to the court system and money changing hands, allegedly. Not saying that that's what happened in this case, but we know how our court system works. And we also know that, just like you said, in a court system, he who alleges must prove. Definitely. So you got to bring evidence, you have to bring receipts, so to speak, and they have to be hard. But then, in order to have that, you have to have good lawyers, right? Definitely. You got to have people who are willing to do the work, and with that, that's where the issues come. So it's like, does the side that's prosecuting for Mohbad have good enough lawyers to really prosecute all the sides and the angles that we as the public, us who are lawyer sleuths over here, do they have enough to give that evidence over or find that evidence to connect the dots for this story, which seems completely not nice, not good?
I understand. I mean, so we all need to know that in a criminal matter, except for situations where authorization or maybe fiat, has been given, it is the duty and responsibility of the state. When I say state, government, to prosecute, criminal matters. I tell people the government is so powerful that you really cannot underestimate, their level of power or the level of strength, Ministry of Justice and I think Lagos State government, they've got good lawyers and trust me, you cannot do more than you know. You cannot give what you don't have. And if you don't have knowledge about something, it will be very strange for people to actually think you should naturally give that thing. Remember, you've got no knowledge about it. Ministry of Justice, Lagos State government, they've got good lawyers, just like I said, well-trained lawyers, and just like I said, the government is powerful.
Yeah, and you know, advocating for yourself is always easier than advocating in your absence. And I'm talking about Mohbad. He's not here to defend himself. He has his wife and his, you know, and his son trying to. And then you have Sam Larry, Naira Marley, and the other parties against him who are alive and active and very, you know, successful, and you know they have money too. But in this particular case,
I think the public here, and this is, you know, going to the public, we must have the power, we must have an idea of detaching emotions, yeah, from reality. Meaning that if too much of emotions, you know, are kind of tied to a particular scenario, you would invest so much energy on it. And that single thing that might work out, you might probably not, you know, remember. I understand there are various emotional, you know, clashes here and there, but as far as I'm concerned, I just feel that there are always rights of appeal.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard to keep emotions intact when, you know, he's a very beloved musician and he gets.
That's why we are lawyers.
That's why you're lawyers.
Yeah, we have to detach our emotions and go straight to get whatever it is you want.
All right, then, robots. Go get them. All right, so if new evidence was provided in this particular case from somewhere, do you think it would have any effect? Would it be reopened? How does the appeals process work, etc.?
Yeah. So we need to know that what the court gave a ruling, and in that ruling, so there are differences between, you know, a ruling.
So a ruling obviously is final.
Yeah. No. Judgments are final.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a ruling is
in a particular case, yeah. Within a year, within 2 years, you might have like 10 rulings, depending on, you know, a series of application being brought by both parties or either of, you know, both parties. So people need to know that what the court did was to give, you know, a ruling.
Okay, it's not a final judgment.
Not that, yeah, and not that, oh, the court, you know, determined or has probably determined the entire case.
So great. So that begs my question. So since it's just a ruling, if new evidence is brought in, how does that affect the case?
So we need to know that the court acted based on the letter, you know, sent from the Director of Public Prosecution. That's,
okay.
I mean, that's DPP. The DPP is naturally, you know, working hand in hand with the Attorney General of, you know, the states.
Okay.
So based on the legal advice, the court made, you know, its ruling. And in the ruling, the court did not exonerate all the defendants.
Please say that one more time for all the people sitting in the back.
The court did not exonerate all, you know, the defendants.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, maybe 2-3 of them, you know, were exonerated. Trust me, if there are other evidence, yeah, they can't be brought back. Even if there are other evidence, they can still charge them to another court. That is the beauty, you know, in the criminal justice system. Cool. I mean, that was just a magistrate court. We've got High Court, we've got Court of Appeal, we've got Supreme Court. And even in Supreme Court, when they make mistakes here, they can still revisit those mistakes made, because these are, you know, condition precedents. They live with us forever. And the next generation would definitely rely on some of the major things that must have happened prior to, you know, the next generation getting the proper skills and all. So, anything can happen. Yeah.
So let's get a little technical here. Speak a little legalese. What are the possible penalties under Section 21, subsection E of the Criminal Law Code for reckless and negligent acts?
So for me, the law is clear on it, yeah, and it varies from state to state. Whatever it is, I mean, we've got 2 years, we've got 4 years, some life imprisonment, yeah. And I usually tell people that most cases, before the court, passes, its judgment, there are different things the court would consider. Oh, I was reckless. I broke a glass. I was reckless. I broke a glass that led to the death of someone. Yeah, our judges are imams as well. Yeah, so sometimes what do? You use your discretion. But for the criminal law of Lagos State, it's clear, it's in it, depending on what has been done. We've got 2 years. We've got other punitive measures as well.
Okay, and before I let you go, since it's obviously been a year, this has been dragging on, what are the other alternatives, legal options for those seeking justice for Mohbad?
Well, everybody, they need to work hand in hand. I tell people the major reason why the said justice has not been achieved is because everybody is coming from different angles, and if you don't cooperate, the new steps will not happen. Because it is still a matter, it is still a case under investigation, yeah? When new facts occur, the state can do what? Still look, into this. Justice for Mohbad. I mean, there are so many angles where the world largely feels, oh, okay, this might be justice. The first one will be getting his royalties sorted.
Yes.
The second one would be, oh, the DNA, has it been done? If it has been done, or what is the verdict? The parents, the family, the friends, the wife, and the son come together. Let's get this done. I mean, getting DNA, yeah, can also be interpreted as, part of getting justice for delayed Mohbad. And the son, the wife, what are the plans for them? But I think the first thing will be everybody needs to cooperate. No one has even said anything about his royalties. And that's a major thing that will probably determine how the son will live, in coming years. Yeah. So the world should start with that, actually.
There's a lot of work to be done, clearly.
I know a lot.
But, we will continue to watch and hope for the best for all parties involved in this case. Thank you so much for joining me today. Tope Salami, entertainment lawyer. Thanks for coming to 360.
Thank you so much.